Yeah, I only asked the question because, when I started our own insurance company, this is the thing I can use, is because we attracted people from all walks of life. It didn't matter who it was, Black, Hispanics, Asians, Christians, Scientologists, atheists, Catholics, Hispanics, Catholics. And we figured out the way to find things that we had in common. We have disagreements. I disagree. I just had a very nice, friendly debate with one of our top guys who's a Muslim. And we had a religious debate, we had a political debate, but then we found a bunch of things we agree with, right? What they valued, what we value.
Right.
I don't think, eventually and I know I'm going to use this analogy because we talked about the mob earlier and you were talking about what happens when you leave the mob and you're talking about what happens when you leave the Muslim faith. Eventually in New York, the 5 mob families came together and they unified together, right? And I'm not using that analogy to say the similar things here, but I wonder what would happen if we realized that what they're trying to do to our kids, none of us agree with. None of us agree with. The whole saying goes that somebody can curse you out and you're like, yeah, whatever. Hey, Robert, you're such a F in this. Okay, cool. Hey, you're such a F in this. All right, cool. Hey, let me tell you, you're a loser. Cool. All right. Hey, I'm going to turn your kids into teaching them about LGBTQ at 5 years old. I'm sorry? What did you say? I'm going to do that. In Armenians, like, you go after the mother? No, we're not doing that. You go after Prophet Muhammad? Hey, what are you talking about? What are you doing? This is not okay with us. I think, that's happening today, and I don't know if it's there right now, but I would be very interested in finding ways to get more and more of these communities together to talk. We're going to have differences. We're going to have philosophical differences when it comes down to religion and theology and this and that, of course. And by the way, I'm not sitting here saying I agree with some of the values and principles that your church offers or your faith offers. I can't live like that. But I respect the fact that you respect it and you're devoted to it. It doesn't mean it's something I want to do. But at the same time, you're talking family, you're talking kids, you're talking certain things that we could agree on, traditional values that you're talking about. I can get behind that. Somebody may watch us and they're Muslim, they're looking at Robert, and Robert's obviously the biggest antagonist on this show today because naturally you've written the most things that's upset the most from the Muslim side, so you're going to be a target. And you've taken it you've been a good sport about it. You've sat here and you've heard and you've given your position. Jake's come at you very prepared. I think Jake has done a phenomenal job with his arguments that he's had. Daniel's been very respectful. Brother Rashid, you have been, from your standpoint, extremely passionate about what you've done. And to be quite frank, your testimony is probably the most powerful one out of all of ours at this table.
Thank you.
Because you've gone through it. You went through it. You've seen the pain. And at the end, though, the audience, I hope, gets to see again that we can sit down, have a conversation, be respectful. Everybody made their points. There was no limitations on what one could say. And I think the real bigger enemy is not going to like us finding ways to unify. I just don't think they are. And the role I'm playing here is an element of my own curiosity and long-term finding ways to, fastest way to eliminate an enemy is to turn him into an ally. I'm trying to find ways if we can have some kind of a relationship and unify folks from different sides and see where this can go.